there, sir. How are you?
What's up, though? What's going on?
Listen, if you ever call and I don't know who it is, I know who it is because at the beginning of conversations, you always say that. Is that like a thing from up your way?
What up, though? What up, though, is the way we say hello in Detroit for sure.
Okay.
Like everybody, you have old folks walking around saying "What up, though?" Like it's just
old people.
Old people. I have uncles say "What up, though?" today. Oh yeah, what up, though? Is what to say.
So I wanted to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and answer the fans' questions. I really appreciate it. I know, day in and day out, all you guys are busy. So I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and answer questions. What I'll do is I'll start off with my question and then I'll get right into the fans' questions, okay?
That's fine.
All right. So how did you get started were you first in the car culture and then you got into the rims, or did it all kind of sort of come at the same time? And if so, how did you get started with it?
I actually was a club promoter first. I used to do club promotions in the early 2000s. And within doing that, you know what I'm saying? It's just I've always been in the car, so I always hit the street races. We got a big street race culture up here in Detroit. So I always hit the street races. So I was always in the scene, but I was doing club promotions first. And what happened was I went to a softball game with my cousin, and we had this big argument about who had the best car. And I'm from the west side, so it's two sides. Let's get this right. It's two sides of Detroit. It's west side and it's east side. So we had this argument about him being from the east side and me being from the west side and who had the best car. And the way we decided to settle the argument was, I said, well, I'm going to go get all my boys together and you get all your boys together and we're going to have a car show, and whoever wins will be determined who has the best car, the east or the west. That's really how I got into the car show life, off an argument that wasn't even supposed to be. So I still got the flyer to this day. This is the very first flyer from 2006 of East Side and West Side.
When was it? What year?
It was July 30th of 2006.
Oh, wow. So you've been in the car culture ever since 2006.
2006. Like I said, I was already street racing. But off that argument, it started something. So, and the East Side versus West Side car show goes on to this day. And it's the whole city look forward to it, and it's all about the argument of who has the freshest car, the East Side or the West Side. So you're the founder of the East Side. You're one of the founders of the East Side versus West Side. I am the founder of the East Side West Side.
The founder. And you still have a hand in it, or is somebody else taking it over?
No. I've always had a hand in it. I've always been a part of it. I had a couple business partners, both of them which are now deceased. My first business, well, he was like behind the scenes. Nobody knew he was part of it. He got murdered like a month after the car show. A month after our first car show. Then my other partner, who was really like my promoter, like, mind you, when I started this, I really didn't want to be known. I didn't like being in the forefront. Even when I did club parties, nobody really knew who I was. They would know of me. I'll be off in the corner. So I had met a guy named Mark who had a video called Cars and Stars. So he was promoting the video, and I went to him. I like, man, I got an idea for a car show, but I don't know how to go about doing it. So he put his name on everything. He went and got everything I wanted. I paid him the money and everything. And so he was the face of it for a long time. Nobody knew that I was a part of East versus West for a long time until after he got killed. So after he got killed, I had no choice but to step up and be like the face of it and make sure that it kept going.
Right.
So
speaking of, you said both of your former partners are now deceased. I've heard that Detroit is very, very rough. Is that the case, or is it just that we just hear that you guys just have a bad rep that way?
I think we just got a bad rep. I mean, Detroit is not as bad. Detroit is just like anywhere else. Atlanta, Chicago, wherever. Is in like any other urban city. Like, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Both of my first partner got murdered off, being in the street life. So that took his life. And when we started it, I was in the street life. So that's how me and him was partners already. So after he got murdered, I actually left and moved down to Atlanta. So, and I thought I was going to be able to do my little thing down there, you know what I'm saying, and do club promotions and this and that. And that's when I first heard of MJ while I was down there. So I was trying to hook up with MJ back in 2006 when I was down there, but we had talked, but we never met. So it didn't work out, so I came back home.
Right. So do you think the reason that you didn't really want to be the face is because you were either 1 foot in, 1 foot out of that street life, or you just had been in the street life so long you were just like, I don't really want, I'm good with being behind the scenes?
Well, when it first started, I just figured I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. And even when I was in the street life, I was so low key and I was so in the background that nobody knew really what I did for real. So it wasn't like I couldn't have put my name on it. Because everybody just thought, oh, he's just a club promoter. And a lot of people thought I worked for the radio station. So I could have put my name on it, but I was like, if somebody really asked for paychecks, where was I gonna come up with it from? So I was like, let me not put my name on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let me just play the background. And that's what I always was. I always was a guy that played the background. Even no matter what I did, even with the little running the streets thing, I always played the background. I never wanted to be in the forefront. I never wanted to be that guy. I tell people all the time, I was a hustler. Like, I could sell anything. And that's why I sold anything. You need some wheels, you need some tires, you needed this, you needed that. I knew somebody that had whatever. So I'd be like, I was the best middleman ever in life. And I was good with that. So yeah, that's why I never put my name on nothing. It took a while for me to have to. It took for me, once I got locked up, like my last partner got murdered while I was locked up. And we had a falling out before I got locked up over some money. So it was like for 3 years, it was 2 shows. It was East Side versus West Side and East versus West. Because we had fell out over some money. And like the year I got locked up, we had sat down and we worked it out. I said, so when I come home, we're going to go ahead, we're going to get back together, and we're going to do it together. Because mutual friends was like, man, we tired of going to these 2 different shows, like 2 shows a year. Y'all might as well just get back together and do one big show. I'm like, all right. So after I get through with this case, you know what I'm saying, we'll do it. Well, I ended up doing 2 years, and like, I'm going to say it was like a month, 2 months before I came home. I was on the phone with my cousin. He's like, man, they murdered your boy. And I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
So he's like, he told me. And I was like, man, what happened? And like, nobody really knew what happened. And so when I came home, I really didn't want to do the show no more because both of the people that I really started the show with was gone. So I took a year off. So it wasn't no show 2011. And in 2012, I like, forget it. I'm just going to do it again. And I just came back with it even harder. And it's been going strong ever since.
Aren't you glad you were able to reconcile with him before he got murdered?
Yeah, I mean, it took a minute. It took a minute because we was beefed out for a minute. But it shows like, and then going back to how things happen in Detroit, you asked, is Detroit bad? Guys up here really get done over money and over money and jealousy, really. But if you when you screw over somebody up here, and when you screw over the wrong person, it's consequences and repercussions to that. So he screwed over me, but I wasn't the one. I was just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a killer. So I'm not gonna run around. I might fight you. We get into a fight, but it wasn't gonna go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? I talk shit, whatever, when I'm mad. It wasn't gonna go no further than fighting. And I told him, like, whatever. So we had squashed it though, and even after we squashed it, it was a couple of people was like, it was suspicious because I done heard rumors, like, because I was locked up. When I came home, they like, oh, somebody actually told one of my cousins that I had killed him to take over the car show. I like, that is petty. I said, that's petty, and that ain't really what happened. So it was rumors of that, but that ain't what happened. And it kind of hurt because, like, both people that I started this with, one I was closer to than the other. But even in our beef, I was like, dude, I could see the potential in you, and I could see the potential of what this show could be. And but we have to work together in order to make this happen. And because I believe in a team. Like, you can't do anything by yourself, for real.
Right.
Yeah, I came up with the concept, but he helped with the marketing. You know what I'm saying? He was real good with marketing. And I give him that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't good with money, but he was good with marketing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he would get the sponsors' money, and then I'd be like, well, why are we still paying for this? What happened to the sponsors' money? So he wasn't good with money, like, but other than that, he was good. He was good with promotions and marketing. He was a cool cat, you know. And I wish he was still here to this day. That way, I wouldn't even be on this interview. It would be him. So,
it would be him, right? No, listen, wait. Let me tell you this.
I'm not gonna lie. If he was still here,
I would get both of y'all. Get both of y'all. Let me tell you how. Because I'm good with that. You know, Dump Ride or Die, Pat is the face. But I just had Porter Boy on the other day. You know, he don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, he don't do stuff at all. He would. Yeah, but I prefer to be in the background, for real. It's just easier.
I would have never known that from talking to you. Like, ever since I met you. Like, I would have never known that from just having a conversation.
I had to force myself to get like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to force myself to be like, okay, I got to be the forefront. I got to be out here. I got to you know what I'm saying? I got to talk to people. I got to make sure that I keep this going. So I just took on the persona of, okay, forget it. I got to be this loud mouth, you know what I'm saying, type guy that just be talking. So that's how it happened. Now, the rims came along. The dude who owned Rucci Rims was one of my first sponsors. Like, he had always had my back. So when I went to him the first day and said, yo, I'm doing a car show, and he's like, well, how much you need? And he wasn't even...
What year was that?
That was 06. Rucci's wasn't even around then.
Oh, wow.
He owned a used car lot on the corner of my street. And he used to sell us 1994, 95 Regals and Cutlasses and stuff like that. So that's how I met him, because we used to go there to buy the cars. Then we would take the cars, go to a paint shop, get them painted, throw the Daytons on there, and ride them. So he got hit, and he started getting them painted and had Daytons on there before as soon as we come up there and buy them, and he'd be like, yo, it's already ready. He got sounds, he got the rims and everything. So then he started selling rims. I'm like, okay. So in 06, he gave me some money to do my first car show. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a sponsorship. And then like a couple years later, he came out with Rucci Rims. So I've been with Rucci Rims from the very start.
Oh wow.
So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been repping Rucci Rims since they first came out.
Wow. And then you said that was in in 06, probably what, like 2010?
about 2010, 2011. Like, yeah, about 2010. 2010 is when I think he dropped the first pair.
Okay. All right, so I will go ahead and get into the fans' questions. What's the biggest order you have ever had to ship?
What you mean, biggest order? Like the most expensive order?
So probably the most expensive would probably be the biggest, probably. Yeah. So let's go with. I know you don't really want to get into, dollar amounts, but
I think CJ on 32s was the biggest when it came down to orders that I had to put together. I had met CJ online, and we had been talking back and forth, and we so happened to be in Indianapolis. I got a call from Midwest Fest to judge their car show. Actually, the guys that do Midwest Fest was judging my car show when I first started doing Battle of the States. So they was my judges for Battle of the States. So they was like, well, we do a car show. We want you to come judge our car show. And CJ on 32s was there, and he was looking for another set of rims. And Nick, the guy who owned Rucci Rims, was also there. So we all sat down and we had put that together. And I think his order was like the biggest order, because
as far as
price and what all had to be done and this and that. So yeah.
Gotcha. So this question is, how is it working with Nick, and when are you going to get the company order?
Working with Nick is, people don't realize, like, Nick can be cool and Nick can be kind of difficult sometimes. But you gotta know him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know him and know if he's already upset, and because Nick will be sitting at a table and he'll have 15 things going on at one time, constantly on his phone. And then if you approach him with a problem and it's already 15 problems in his face, you ain't gonna get the answer you really want. So by me knowing him for like 20 years, I can see when he's agitated. So I just step back. I'll be like, I'll come to you later, bro. You know what I'm saying? With this issue that I got. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people take him the wrong way. When you having conversations with him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta know how to step back and like, I'll talk to him later. So a lot of people get mad or upset or take it the wrong way when they ain't getting the answer they want. They're not going to get the answer you want because he's talking to 15 people at one time. So he really ain't heard nothing you said. He really just wants you to leave him alone right now. So it's cool. He do run the company. It has order. It's just people don't see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So with his vision, because it's his company, right? Sometimes you don't understand the moves he make. Even me and him, we don't agree with everything all the time, because we get into it. So, but it's his company. I can only suggest what I think would be best. But you know what I'm saying? That's just like somebody trying to tell me how to run whip game ENT. If it's not something I want to do, I'm not gonna do it. Right. So people, that's it. But I mean, it runs the way it's supposed to run. Just sometimes some things fall through the cracks. You can't get to everything.
And so, do you ever think of doing your own brand of wheels or line of wheels?
Ever thought about doing like how Dunkmaster got his line of wheels?
But they say your own brand of wheels.
Well, no, I ain't never thought about it. I thought about doing a whip game line, like how got a Dunkmaster line of Ruccis. I thought about doing a whip game line of Rucci. You know what I'm saying? Where I came out with a design, and it'd be a Rucci wheel, but it'd be, under whip game, designed by whip game or something like that.
Right. That question is, how do you feel about CJ on 32's downplaying Rucci?
CJ is still my homeboy. Like I still talk to CJ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the problem between Rucci and CJ is a problem between Rucci and CJ. It's not a problem between Whip Game ENT and CJ. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really say anything. And it really, from what I seen, he ain't really did too much or said too much besides he went back to Forgiato. He ain't really dogged it. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? From what I seen, now if somebody says something that I didn't see, that I'm not going to speak on that. But what I see, he just said, hey, the opportunity was there. He took it. Things happened. I have to step back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I see. I mean, but his issue with Rucci is not my issue with Rucci. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different things.
That's like two of your partners falling out. And you like, hey, bro.
Yeah, I'm not in hey, bro. I'm not in. You know, I still rep Rucci. Everybody, when they see me, I'm either in the Rucci van or, you know, I'm doing something for Rucci. I have like I said, I was with Rucci from day one. So it's hard for me to leave the company and go to another company and feel comfortable because of the history of me and Rucci. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and for everything that Nick have done for me, are the relationship that we have. We have a personal relationship outside of business. So for me to leave and go to another company, it would be funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have that type of relationship with the ACs and the Coleones with Sammy, and I don't have them type of relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been there for 20 years. So if I was to leave the company and go to another company, it would have to be something drastic. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be, me and Nick would have to just fall out, and that I don't see that happening no time soon. You know,
go ahead.
A lot of guys that were signed to Rucci came through me. Like I talked to CJ on 32s. So when he left, you know what I'm saying, I was kind of like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But me and him sat down and talked before he left. And like we said, we would still be cool. You know what I'm saying? But he said, you know, the business just ain't right for him. So he has to do what's right for him. So I'm like, cool.
And as a man, you had to respect that, right?
I had to respect that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't leave. He left. You know what I'm saying? But we still cool. Jeezy left. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy left. He felt a certain type of way. He left. A couple of people felt a certain type of way after I signed Dunkmaster. You know what I'm saying? When I signed Dunkmaster, a couple of people felt a couple away. So they felt like they shined. They wasn't getting enough shine from the company once I signed Dunkmaster. So he decided to leave. Even me and Dunkmaster, like I met Dunkmaster on a business relationship. We end up getting cool, and we sit down, we talk, but we have a business relationship first.
All right. So somebody asked that question: how did the connection with Dunkmaster come about?
I was always, you know, I've been seeing Dunkmaster on the big rim racing thing. I do shows up here, and I seen the evolution of what car shows was going to. And I was like, I can't just keep doing car shows in the park and handing out trophies. Like, I got to take it to the next level. So the next level was renting out a track. The first year I did it, Battle of the States, I did it with my homeboy, Manny, out in Ohio. We did Michigan versus Ohio. Because the plan of Battle of the States was to go from state to states and, like, Michigan versus Ohio, like the college states. Alabama versus Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the purpose of Battle of the States. So the first Battle of the States was in Ohio. We couldn't find a track, so we ended up doing it at a park. So that was the first one. Then the next one, I was like, man, I want to really get a track. So I ended up getting a track up here in Michigan called Milan. So I rented out Milan, and I said, well, I need some big rim racers. So I ended up reaching out to Turbo Joe and Jeezy. Turbo Joe and Jeezy were the first two guys I reached out to. And they came through and we did the show. Now, Dunkmaster was locked up at the time. So,
Right.
but I was always like, I need to get Dunkmaster up here. He had never been to Michigan before. So I reached out to his management, and they was like, well, he'll be home in April. We doing a show. We're doing a show, and I like, well, I want to come down. How much? You know what I'm saying? How much for a booth? I'm like, I'm bringing the Rucci van. I'm bringing the Rucci booth. I want to come down there. So, you know, we worked out the details, and I drove down there, and that's how I met Dunk when he first came. I met Dunk when he first came home, that Welcome Home show. I had talked to his management before that, and I had told his management what I wanted to do. I like, man, I know he ride Forgiatos, but I really want to get him on this Rucci thing that I got going on, and I want to sit down and talk to him. And the way I feel like to sit down and talk to him was to show him how serious I was. I paid for a booth to be at his show, and I drove like 13 hours to set up. And I think they seen how serious I was, so we sat down and talked, and I told him, like, yo, even if other companies can offer you this, that, more money or whatever, I said, I can offer you my personal guarantee, like, I will promote the shit out of whatever we gonna do, you know what I'm saying, and this and that. And I guess they liked what I was talking about, because they end up signing it.
Oh, that's a dope story. So that's just a testament to, you know, if you feel passionately about something, then, you know, all you got to do is get in front of the right people, and you can get in front of the people that you want to get in front of, and you can make it happen.
Yeah, I've always been like that. Like, that's why I say I'm more comfortable behind the scenes. Like, talking to people behind the scenes, it was more my thing. So that I always would have been a part of, even if my partners were still around. But that I always would have been a part of, like getting people to sign on the dotted line, and marketing and promotion has always been something I've been good at.
Right. Somebody asked, since your show is not until August, how do you feel? Are you at all worried about what's going on with the state of the world right now?
Not really. I'm not really worried about my show. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of shows at the end of the year, because like a lot of these beginning of the year shows gonna be canceled because of what's going on right now. But I feel like by August, I feel by June, by the end of June, beginning of July, that shows are gonna start popping up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be a lot of shows that's gonna be trying to be crammed together in between them 3 months. But down south, they could go even longer, so they might keep their shows going to like November. So
right. Because Florida is hot.
Yeah, so I feel like there'll be a lot of things going on down there. So I'll probably be down there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see me pulling up in the Rucci van. I'll be down there making these long trips and these long drives.
Do you follow the big rim racing? Do you actually like the racing? Do you bet on the racing? Do you have things? Do you follow the other guys outside?
Let me tell you why it's hard for me to bet on big rim racing. First of all, I'm not a gambler. I do not gamble at all.
Okay.
But a lot of times it's hard for me to bet on big rim racing, because when guys is racing, mostly it's guys that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with Grandasty, Roscoe, Chris, you know what I'm saying, Dunkmaster, CC, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, Joe, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these people I fuck with. So when I see them all out there tonight, both of them, like, if Joe going against Grandasty, it's hard for me to bet, because these my guys. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta bet. You know what my motto is? What did I tell you my motto was? Bet with your head, not your heart.
Man, look, no. Because I can't do it. Because first of all, I don't bet. But like I said, them are my guys. So it's hard for me to be like, okay, I know so-and-so going to win versus so-and-so. Like, Joey won against Dunkmaster up here at my show last year. Like, Joey beat the Z06. And I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised. I put my money with the Z06. It was an upset. I didn't see it coming. But I had to congratulate Joe, because that was my man. But Dunkmaster is also my man. So that's why I don't bet, because shit like that happens all the time.
But you know what? Turbo Joe been surprising a lot of people. You know, it's crazy. They, you know, in the game, like even the fans, they be like, Turbo Joe got a rabbit foot, bro. Like he
Joe Car ride. Joe Car ride, and Joe Car will surprise. So Joe popped up on the scene and surprised a lot of people.
Right.
And Joe laugh and kick it all the time and say, "Oh, I got this junkyard bill." I don't give a damn if he got that block off the corner. Whatever he did and whatever he do to that motor, I tell like people be like, "Oh man, I don't want nobody to see my motor." My whole thing is, when I finish that car outside, I don't care if I lift my hood, you see my motor. You don't know what's inside that block. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what pistons, what cam, what nothing. You can look at the exterior of the block all day, but that's not what makes that motherfucker move. Right. So you got to beat what's inside that block. That's what you got to beat. I don't care what you see. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, no, I'm not popping my hood. I don't care. And I do believe in run what you brung. I like, if you want to race and you think your car fast, just pull up to the line, all that arguing and fussing and fighting. I ain't with that. Pull up to the line, let's see what it do. Either one or two things going to happen. Either I'm going to win or you going to win. There's only one or two things going to happen. So that's the way I feel about the racing thing.
Jazz, who else are you looking to add to the Rucci line? Can you give us any names, or is there anything in the works? Who else you're looking to add to the Rucci line?
Right now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like who's next out there? Like a lot of people already riding on Rucci's. Like you got Grand Nasty already on Rucci's. You got you got Roscoe. You got Joe. I heard a rumor that I heard a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but I heard Boost Doctor was looking for some Rucci's. That's what I heard. We gonna see. We gonna see. He gonna take them one pieces off and jump on these Rucci's. But we gonna see. At one time I wouldn't mind getting hot ride and cut the check and come on over. I mean, I'm cool. Anybody I'm cool with, I wouldn't mind seeing riding on Rucci's. You know what I'm saying? Or sit down and talk to him. Even my man MJ. I mean, even though I know MJ ride them SDs and he was saying, man, but if he ever wants to come over, hey, MJ too. Anybody I'm cool with. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put the world.
I'm a G-body girl. I'm a G-body girl.
What that mean?
Got one coming.
G-bodies?
Got one coming. You know what I'm saying? So one of these days you might be looking to sit down and talk to me.
What's up? Hey, look, I'm trying to put the world on Rucci's. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. That's the goal. And I wouldn't be a good promoter if I wasn't trying to do that.
What's a fun fact your followers or fans or supporters would be surprised to know about you?
Back in the day, me and my brother, we formed a rap group, and we actually made a CD. Well, a tape. It wasn't even a CD. This is how long ago this was. It was a tape. We made a tape. We went to the studio. We had to be like 15, 16 years old. We went to the studio with our little bread, and we made a whole single. And I listened to it, and I said, "This is not for us, bro. We are whack as fuck." And that's when I decided to be on the promotion part. Cause it was whack. It was whack. And let me tell you about Yes Men. We had so many yes men in our corner telling us that the song was good and it was this and it was that. That's why you can't have yes men in your corner, because they would have had me out here with this whack ass tape trying to slang it and actually go and perform. The song was terrible. Matter of fact, the song was so bad. I think my brother still got the tape, but he have hid it. He have hid it in a vault somewhere, and he will not let me get a hold to it because he think I'm using it for blackmail. The song was terrible. It was terrible.
It's like the people who send their people on American Idol and be done told them they could sing.
Man, that song was terrible. It was, as a matter of fact, I remember the title of the song was Hell Ho Big D, and we had Man, the shit was terrible. We took LL's Cool J's beat and we looped it backwards and added some bass to it and tried to rap over it. Man, that shit, it was terrible. And then the name of the group was VP. It was Violent Peace. We tried to do it like a Chuck D / Ice Cube thing. Man, that shit, the whole concept was bad. The whole concept was terrible. I like, man. So it was supposed to be like the philosopher and the gangster. The whole concept was bad. It was bad. It was terrible. It was terrible.
So I heard you mention you're building a car right now. Is that car going to be to race, or is it more of a show car?
My car is going to be for everything. My car is for everything. My car is it's going to be my car has to be the best, at least in Detroit, because I am the king of Detroit car shows.
I seen somebody say that.
So therefore, my car has to be the best.
How much longer we gotta wait to see it?
I don't know. We gotta get with Ryan City because he gotta finish. He gotta paint it, and then we gotta find I gotta find the best motor trans combination to put up in here to make it the fastest. Because my car can't just be pretty; it has to be fast.
Okay, and you gonna drive it?
Huh?
Are you gonna drive it?
Let who drive it? Your phone?
Are you going to drive it?
It could.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
These guys burning rubber outside.
Oh. What
My phone.
is the most?
What you say?
What is the most valuable lesson you've learned throughout your time in the car culture and dealing with rims and dealing with, the rim company?
My most valuable lesson?
Mm-hmm.
Always try to be honest with people. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to take advantage of nobody. I try to be honest. People ask me a question, I give them the most honest answer I can give. I don't sell nobody nothing that's not gonna work. I'll tell you in a minute if it's not gonna work. Cause like a guy called me from Virginia. He wanted some 24s on an 850 BMW. And he's like, I want 24 by 10s all the way around. I said, bro, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you should be putting 22s in the front of a 850, and maybe you put some 4s in the back, but 4s all the way around not gonna work. He argued me down, and I tried to convince him that wasn't gonna work. He bought the wheels anyway. Guess what? He couldn't turn. Then he wanted to call me back and complain to me like, oh man, this and that. I told you it wasn't gonna work.
Right.
So I always tell people what can work on their car, what can't work on their car, because I'm not trying to get rich off one person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to overcharge nobody. I'd rather get return business than to try to get over on somebody and get a couple thousand off one customer. You know what I'm saying? And then don't have a repeat customer. I'd rather you be like, KD did me right, and tell your friend and come back and buy another set of rims than just get over on somebody. So that's my most valuable lesson. Sometimes I'm too honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm too honest, and I'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this will save you some money. So this is how we can go. So this is the way you should go with this, and this way you should go with that. I'm not going to just nickel and dime you and try to take all your money. That's just not me.
Right. How do you balance car show race, all you do in the car culture, selling your rims, going to events, and your personal life?
It's kind of hard most of the time, to tell you the truth. Most of my personal life is with my kids. So it's hard to be away from my kids for a long period of time, especially my two youngest, because one is 12 and one is 2. So when I come home, I try to spend a lot of time with them and kick it with them. As far as relationships, it'd be hard because of my schedule. So it's hard to make somebody happy when they be like you don't have time for them, or they be like they feel like you're neglecting them because of what you do and the time that you spend on what you do. But so it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's a hard balance. You have to have somebody that's a hustler too. You have to have somebody that knows like, hey, in order to get to this money, in order to live the lifestyle that you want to live, you gotta hustle. You gotta keep it moving. I have to go to these shows. You know what I'm saying? My phone rang. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. I gotta be at a show. I might have to drive 17 hours to Texas in a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? I might have to wake up in the morning, go load up the Rucci van, and be in Texas the next day. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Either you can roll with it or you can't.
Someone asked about some rims on a 11 Durango. If they want to know that person, just hit him in his DM. He's really great on answering his DMs, and he'll give you the best price possible. And if they won't fit, he'll let you know.
A lot of people got to realize it's modification. I can put anything on anything. If it's not about how much modifications you're willing to do to your car. If you want 26 on the Durango, it ain't that hard. You know what I'm saying? You got to know you got to lift something. You know what I'm saying? You got to lift it up. It's some modifications you have to do. It's just not going to be, I ordered some 26s today on my Durango. It's guys in Florida got 32s on CTSs. So it's whatever you willing to do to your car. It's what you willing.
Why you had to say Florida?
Because it is. When I was down there at Classic, I seen like 5 CTSs on like 32s. I like, why? But that's a Florida thing. That's what Florida like to do. So I ain't gonna knock it.
Get off Florida.
I'm not on Florida. I'm just saying that's what y'all like to do. Florida put 32s on everything. 32s and up. I don't think y'all ride nothing smaller than 30s. Y'all put... Moving on. How much would it cost to design? Could anyone design their own wheel with Rucci, or is that an option? Just calling me.
Okay. Can anyone design their own rim with Rucci? Is that an option?
Yeah, you can design. You can design your own wheel. It costs for the program. If you submit a design, we can make it, but you have to pay for the program. So you pay for the programming plus your wheel. You know what I'm saying? So it's an added cost. I think it's like I want to say the program is like $1,500.
Okay, so it's $1,500 on top of the cost of the rims.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Florida is not sensitive. SS Mall, cut it out.
That's my homeboy. Now he from Ohio, so you know what I'm saying. He own it. You know, Ohio State and Florida State. You know how that rivalry go. So he own it.
Do you? So I know you do. You don't really necessarily bet, but you do follow the big rim racing. So I normally ask people who I asked a lot of the racers this question, but I thought it was probably appropriate to ask you as well because you are in the big rim culture in some capacity. What do you think is helping big rim racing, and what is hurting big rim racing?
I think the fact that a lot of guys are building nice cars, and they making power, and they're showing people that you can make power on big rims. I think that's helping. I think what's hurting is a lot of the bickering, a lot of I don't like him type of thing going on. Because sometimes you gotta look at the bigger picture. You gotta look at what's gonna help the culture more You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the culture, is us arguing to help the culture, or is if all of us get together and say, "Yo, this is what we got to do to build this culture and keep it moving, and make sure everybody eats." You know what I'm saying? I think that would help it more. Right now, it's kind of hurting. Everybody is like, "Yo, I ain't fucking with him. No, I ain't fucking with him." Like, we gotta get past that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I talk to people all the time about that. I'm guilty of it too, because there's some people that I don't really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But I have to look at myself. And be like, you know what I'm saying? Will it help? Is it helping or is it hurting? You know what I'm saying? So get over.
Somebody asked. Yeah, that's a different. See, y'all need to just let women run it, but we ain't gonna go there. Somebody asked, do you have any plans, any after party plans for after the show this year?
I don't do after parties. Let me tell you why. I don't do after parties. I be so tired after shows that, y'all can go to an after party. I can set something up for y'all, but I be so tired after shows that I just be trying to get to the house. I be so cool. I be at the track. I be at the track like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I don't leave till maybe 2 at night. After shutting everything down, breaking everything down, you know what I'm saying, paying everybody that need to be paid, going over the contracts and all that, and making sure everybody is good. By the time I leave there, I don't want to see nobody. I just want to see the bed. I ain't gonna lie.
That's because that old age done kicked in. You can't really hang.
Hey, I was born in 75, so hell yeah, I'm old. And I'm proud to be this old.
Dude, you older than me.
I'm older than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm older than a lot of people in this game. You know what I'm saying? I don't look it. A lot of people like, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to look at me like I'm young, but I'm old, man. I've been here a minute. So, you know what I'm saying? I done seen like when I first started street racing. When I was street racing, we was just, you could go buy a Mustang or you go buy your Cutlass. You would do a little something to your 350 or your 305, like change the spark plugs, put a cam in it, something like that, and you would hit the streets. I'm talking about maybe a couple of $1,000, and you would hit.
Not anymore.
You would hit the streets. You'd be happy if you was getting about 400-500 horses, and you was riding, and we was racing. Nowadays, man, these niggas been hitting the streets with 1,000 horses or better, nitrous and turbos. I'm like, what is this? Like it costs about 40 grand a street race right now. I'm like, man, the game has changed. It is what it is. It's fun though.
Right. So those were all my questions. So here's the time for you to be able to say what you gotta say. It's time for you to, I call it, talk your shit. It's time for you to talk your shit. So what would you like for your followers or fans or supporters or haters or whoever to know about KD and Whip Game ENT?
Whip Game is like one of the premier companies up here in the Midwest, where we do Battle of the States, we do East versus West. Shit, I'm the king of Detroit car shows. Just to let out, my ego won't let me not be. You know what I'm saying? Until I retire, I will be the king of Detroit car shows. That it is what it is. A lot of people, I got some haters here in the city that hate when I say it, so I say it on purpose all the time, just to make them mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing it the longest. There's nobody in Michigan that does a bigger show than me, besides Autorama and the International Auto Show. Them are the only 2 shows in the state of Michigan bigger than me.
It sounds like I need to come to your car show this year.
Well,
sounds like I need to make it.
You'll be missing out. I'm telling you. East versus West. I started with East versus West, and for years it was always the biggest hood show since it started in 06. You know what I'm saying? The first show we had like 200 cars. That was our first show. We had never did anything before. We had 200 and just building from there. So East versus West is my baby. I will always do East versus West. That's something I do for my city. I don't charge people to get in. I only charge the guys who participate. It's a free event to the public. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I do for my city. That's my give back. That's East versus West will always be like that because that's how East versus West started. So it will always be like that. Battle of the States is different. Battle of the States is what is my big rim show where we put the racers against each other and we have a car show. And for the last 3 years, Michigan has been took home the title of freshest cars in the Midwest, and we're trying to hold on to that title. So
is it rigged?
No, it ain't rigged. Let me tell you what happened. Ohio comes real close.
Right.
The problem with Ohio is this. Ain't that their cars ain't fresh. Ain't that their cars ain't put together. But they have a bunch of cars in the same category. And there's only one trophy per category. This is how most of my shows go. Like East versus West is based on how many trophies are won by the East and how many trophies are won by the West.
Oh, okay.
So if the West have more trophies than the East, then that year the West is determined to be to have the freshest cars in the city.
Okay.
Now I ain't gonna lie, for a long time the East was kicking our ass. I don't know what happened. The East was kicking our ass for some reason. I was very upset. I went and sat down with my West Side guys, but for the last 3 years we done took our title back. Now with Battle of the States, Michigan and Ohio, I guess because we're so close together, that most of the cars in Battle of the States car show be from Michigan or Ohio. Now Chicago been starting to creep in since Joe been coming down here and winning the fastest in the Midwest. So Chicago's starting to creep in. But most of the cars are from Ohio and Michigan. Like I said though, the only problem is Ohio bring a bunch of fresh cars, but they all be in the same category, so only one of y'all can win. So Michigan wins because we have more cars in more categories.
Right.
They be mad at me and say they try to say it's rigged, but it's not. It's not. I bring in judges from other states. Like the people who judge the car show was from Indianapolis.
Right.
So
they ain't had nothing to do with it.
They had nothing to do with nothing. This year I'm bringing in guys from Texas. So it has nothing to do with nothing. It's about
maybe one day you'll bring in a girl from Florida.
You can come up and judge. You want to judge this year? I will fly you up.
Look, you know what my category gonna be.
Oh my goodness. I asked you if you want to judge. Now you can practice. We can do a Florida versus Florida.
No, that's the category I want to judge.
Yo, you got to judge all the categories, KP. Yeah,
I just got this today. I loved it. You know I'm a G-body girl.
I see. Yeah, but you got to judge all the categories.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it.
I love what I do. I love cars. And what I do out of love of the cars. The people I hang with, from Dunk Master to the Grand Nasty to you put that down.
They asked me to hold it, but turn it around.
to Tony Bands and Cool, and it's Country C, and then man, it's just so many people that I fuck with that makes me love this culture. You know what I'm saying? That when we go out to shows, it be some bickering and arguing, but we generally have fun at these shows, and we generally kick it. You know what I'm saying? I call these people. A lot of people I call and we kick it. Like if I'm having need advice on my cars, I can call any one of these guys. We can call and kick it, and I think that's how it should be.
Right. Well, Katie, we talked. We got just a few minutes. We talked the whole time. This was really interesting. I'm really, I'm glad I was able to learn about the King of Detroit car show.
Oh yeah, let them know. I told Vet Boy the other day. I said, look, I might have to shoot for the King of the Midwest. I said I might have to come over there. And I might have to. When my car is finished, I might have to race against Vet Boy. I might have to go race Cam and Shane and whoever else in the Midwest, because I gotta come up. I gotta talk my. We homeboys, but I'm coming for everybody. Once my car is ready, I'm coming. I'm racing whoever and everybody. I'm racing everybody. I'm coming for Joe too. I'm gonna race Joe too. That's my man, so I'll race him too.
Well, Katie, I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to sit down and talk to us and chop it up and answer questions. This was really fun. So it sounds like you throw 2 big, stupid, huge shows a year. What usually are the months that the shows are thrown?
Well, both of my shows are both in August. I do everything in August to commemorate the memory of my dude that my first partner that passed away. He passed away in August, so I do most of my shows in August. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because of him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well,
one more thing. Tell, when you talk to CEO Larry, tell him I'm coming for that ass too. He's the first nigga on my list.
I'm gonna say CEO Larry, the king of Detroit car shows, say he coming for you.
I'm coming for you, Larry. I'm coming for that Memphis Ghost. I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there. Larry know what's up. He know why too. So Larry, I'm coming for his ass. I know you're gonna talk to him. I
am. I gotta talk to him because you know he had.
I'm coming to Memphis.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Memphis. I'm coming with a Ghostbuster.
I'll let him know. Well,
let him know.
Thank you so much for sitting down, Katie. We really appreciate it. It was a really fun interview. So yeah, everybody, the king of Detroit car shows, Katie.
I like you. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys. So if you have not already, make sure